This is something I've talked about before, something I really believe in. I do not like New Year's resolutions because they typically don't work. I mean, right now, you might be in the middle of your New Year's resolution and powering through and doing great. But the thing is, our brains were not designed for hard resets. Like when your computer's not working properly and you turn it off and you turn it back on and things work again. Our brains aren't really designed that way. And even if you are an action taker, even if you're the kind of person that is able to power through, right? Keep going, push. Your brain will eventually kick back. Your brain will eventually say, forget you, I am not doing that anymore. And I've experienced this more than once. I've experienced this as it relates to going to the gym. I like being healthy. I like being strong. I like being flexible. And the first gym I joined was back in the late 80s. Gyms were just becoming a thing. Okay. Before that, there really wasn't a place to go work out. And before I joined the Air Force, I joined a gym so that I could increase my strength and endurance and all the things. And it lasted for about 3 months. And then I went into the military. So I thought to myself, well, it's because I went into the military that I stopped going to the gym. Well, you know what? In the military, you have access to a gym and it's for free. You don't have to pay for it. And yet I still didn't go. And then I joined a gym later, and it lasted about 6 months. And then I joined another gym and it lasted about 6 months. And then I finally realized I do not like working out at the gym. I like working out. I don't like the gym atmosphere. But it took me that long to realize it. But I powered through and I kept going as long as I possibly could. But my brain eventually said, forget it, we're not going anymore. And it took me a long time to realize that reason was I don't like working out at the gym. And that part of my brain, that survival part of my brain was just like, forget you. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to do it. And we just stopped going. Our brains are not built for dramatic changes. We are creatures of habit. Like I said, even if you're an action taker, which I am, I'm still a creature of habit. And that is the survival part of our brain. The survival part of our brain does not like change. It wants everything to stay the same, even if staying the same is not what you desire, even if staying the same is hurting you. That part of your brain will say, but we don't know if we can survive doing something different. So we're going to stay right where we are. And this is why New Year's resolutions, typically by the third week of January, are over. People have left, people have forgotten, people have moved on, going back to the way that they always did things. There's ways you can overcome that, but it requires rewiring. It requires working on this part of your body, not just the physical part, right? It requires working on your mind. So this whole idea of resolutions it's actually set up for failure because our brains aren't designed for that. Our brains are designed for survival. We've talked about the conscious brain versus the subconscious brain. And inside the subconscious brain, which makes up the majority of your brain, lies this survival part. Some people call it the critter brain, the lizard brain, the survival brain. This is the part of the brain that comes online first. It's the part of the brain designed to keep you alive. And it's the part of your brain that your system reverts to by default. It is by design. It is designed this way for survival. If we don't listen to that part of our brain, we can't survive. So coming into the new year, instead of a resolution, right? I'm going to because resolution just by nature, that word is a strong word. Let me look up resolute definition. Purposeful, determined, and unwavering. Resolution. A firm decision to do or not do something. A firm decision. Our brains are not designed to receive firm decisions. When I think about resolution or resolute, it's like demanding, requiring, pushing, shoving. You're going to do it. You're going to fit in this box and it's going to happen. And our brains weren't designed for that. When we receive a message like that, think about it. When you receive a message like that, what happens? You bristle, right? That survival part of your brain comes online and says fight, flight, freeze, fawn, right? It's like, I am not going to do that. It's like that little 2-year-old inside of you throwing himself down on the floor and kicking and screaming, saying, no, 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 no naps, right? That's what a resolution is. It's like speaking to that child part of us saying, you will do this, you're going to do it, and you're going to succeed at it. And then that part of us comes online and says, I don't think so. So resolutions, just by their very nature, are designed to fail. So instead of a resolution this year, what if you chose something like compassion with yourself? Or what if you chose a word of the year, something that's going to guide you? Or what if you chose a practice to instill instead of a resolution to pass? Things that are gentle on your nervous system will succeed, because your nervous system will hijack those resolutions. Your nervous system is used to operating in a certain way. And when we try to require our nervous system to just flip and do something new, it revolts. No, I'm not going to do that. So instead of a resolution, instead of requiring something of yourself this year, what if you chose compassion with yourself? Or like I said, a small practice, some kind of small sacred shift that actually helps to rewire the brain, to bring a new habit online, and not that habit that's required, but a habit that's desired. All the experts say, if you read the books, the experts say 28 days to create a new habit. So what if you chose to compassionately try a new habit for 28 days and see what happens instead of requiring it of yourself? New Year's resolutions have nothing to do with willpower. We can all power through something for a time, but that part of the brain, that 2-year-old child on the floor, will eventually kick and scream and say, forget you, I'm going back to sitting on the couch and eating potato chips. That's just an example. So it's about rewiring the brain. It's about compassionately rewiring the brain to a new habit that actually moves you toward who you were designed to be. Sometimes a resolution is necessary. There are some people that are at a point in their lives where if things don't change, something terrible will happen. But even in that position, that resolution needs to be supported. It's not that you can't do it on your own. Again, it's not a willpower thing. But sometimes we need the support to make the changes happen. Case in point, I was thinking about pursuing another certification, and I met with a mentor like 4 times to talk about it, and realized in that process that I don't need that certification to do the thing that I desire to do. I don't need that piece of paper to prove to myself that I can do the thing. But I needed that outside support to get to that point. I probably could have done it on my own, but I think it would have taken longer. And that's the whole point of working with a mentor or a coach, they can help you move further faster.